Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivia and this is my channel where I love to talk about all things nail polish. Y'all, we have come to the end of a long journey with neutralizers, and I honestly did not realize until I sat down to start planning this wrap-up video that I reviewed a total of 11 different neutralizers. So if you're wondering, what am I talking about? Brief recap. So I am someone who has yellow stained nails from just wearing a lot of nail polish. And because yellow is on the opposite side of the color wheel from purple, color theory, complementary colors, all that good stuff. Many brands make a like a light purple product called a neutralizer that you can put on your nail, to your nails plural, to help minimize the appearance of yellow staining. By the way, I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video to that playlist in case you want to go back and check out all of those individual reviews. I started this by testing out, not even testing out, but I purchased one neutralizer and thought, oh, not only can I use this to neutralize the yellow staining, but I also think this could work well for being a blurring base coat to help minimize the appearance of visible nail line. And then that got me to thinking, well, you know, there's some people who may only need a neutralizer. There's some people who may only need to wear a blurring base, and by need I would also say like prefer to. But then for me, I'm someone who, like, I would want to have both of those within a single product, and that set me out on a journey. So I have reviewed 11 different neutralizers, and it took me a bit of time to really consider exactly how I wanted to film this wrap-up video. The first thing I'll say is that I knew going into this, and I hope I made this a couple of these points clear throughout the whole series. The first thing is that I recognize that for me, the not the neutralizing, but the blurring base aspect of this is something I've treated as a fun bonus for these products, because the vast majority of these products that I review do not advertise themselves to be blurring base coats. They are primarily neutralizers. So that is something that I wanted to really make sure to capture throughout this entire series and not come across as overly harsh to a product that didn't perform as well as I would have liked for something that it is not intended to do. And the other thing is that everyone's nails and nail needs are different. So instead of me trying to come up with a ranked list of like 1 through 11, or saying this one is going to be the best fit for everybody, I am going to present this in a way where I start by sharing which one I think is going to be the best overall fit for me personally, based on the criteria that I'll explain. And then also I'll go in with a number of other categories, so that, like, if you're looking for a product that does this or a product that does that, you know, normally I refer to my iPad while I am filming these videos where I've got notes, but this time I'm gonna be real honest. I did not. Okay, so I use my iPad over on my nail desk as I'm like doing my nails, and I did not feel like unplugging it and like untangling it from the desk and potentially like messing up my nails that I just did. So I have printed out my notes and I have a clipboard today. By the way, the polish I'm wearing today is one that I picked up from the Polish and Beauty Expo. It's a BCB Lacquer's Bone Zone. It's not a limited, it's one that was not limited to the Polish and Beauty Expo, because they do have this available on the BCB Lacquer's website. Gorgeous dark teal, tealish green, cream polish. Love it. Okay, so yeah, I did not want to mess up the nails, and that's why I have paper here. So I think let's just go ahead and get into it. So let's start with just a brief recap of what were some of the criteria that I wanted to evaluate as I was going throughout this neutralizing journey. I was looking at things like the formula, meaning how easy or difficult is a product's formula to work with, to what extent does it easily self-level. Also, opacity. This goes into the blurring base aspect of it for myself, knowing that for me particularly, because I am someone who often likes to layer different polishes together, I don't want it to be the case that I would have to use 2 separate products and then say put another like 4 coats of polish on there if I can reduce that like the neutralizing and the blurring base to a single one. I also thought about price. That was something that, I mean, real talk, there's just one in particular, the London Town one, that stood out as being considerably more expensive than the others. But for the most part, the others were all kind of in that same range. I know as far as ingredients go, I myself am not someone who is sensitive to PVB, polyvinyl butyrol. However, I do have a category coming up where I share my recommendation for the best PVB-free, that is hard to say, neutralizer that I reviewed. For myself though, because I don't have a sensitivity to it, PVB being in there or not was not something that I personally considered for my personal top pick. And yeah, so that's really what I factored in. And so with all of that being said, my top pick for myself for the best overall neutralizer that I will be using moving forward is, drum roll, Polish for Days Soft Focus Base Coat in Lavender Ice. Yay! So before I talk about this, as this is the overall winner here, as I sometimes do on this channel, like the last time I did a review series and we had the glass bead spinners, I'm gonna give this one a chance to give an acceptance speech. Polish for Days Base Coat Neutralizer Lavender Ice, that's your name. How are you feeling about this moment? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling joyful? I'm feeling neutral. Okay, that tracks. So yeah, this is the one that when I put this on my nail, I think quite a few of you in that video commented exactly what I was thinking at that time, which is this looks like a cream, and in the best way. And I've already bought some backups of that bottle I showed you just now was in fact the backup bottle of it that I've been using. I really like the strong level of opacity that's in there. There's excellent color correction too. So it wouldn't be like the opacity itself wouldn't be enough for me if this did not also perform well as a neutralizer. It's a really good like mid-level tone purple that doesn't skew the color that you put above it too much in any direction. Just really good. No streakiness. Oh yeah, also I'm able to use it in just one coat. That was another thing too. See, all this is why I have notes. I found that with the vast majority, I think this one is probably the only one out of these 11 that I was able to reliably use with a single coat to get the level of opacity that I want. And I just, you know, for it to be performing so well, I love it. And yeah, I have no complaints about it. This is an excellent product that I would highly recommend. And something that I thought about making a category for this, but I decided not to, but just as like a general piece of advice, if you are planning to shop with any of these brands that I'm mentioning throughout this video, and you are someone who has never considered if you may or may not even need to use a neutralizer for your specific nail needs and preferences, I would encourage you to take a look through the videos in that playlist that I'm linking in the description for this series so that you can check out the individual ones. So like, let's say if you happen to be shopping at Jen & Barry's and you see that they have a neutralizer, please check out the video on that so that you can see how that performs, and so that if you do decide to get a neutralizer, you have a good understanding of what the benefits and drawbacks and trade-offs of that might be, and to really help you answer that question of do you need a neutralizer? So congratulations to Polish for Days. The next category is best formula. And by the way, only the best overall winner gets to give an acceptance speech, so it's a special honor. But for the best formula, that goes to Zoya, the Naked Manicure Lavender Perfector. Y'all, this one, when I swatched this out for the first time, I was like, how does this have a formula that is just, it's like buttery glass or something like that. And I mean that in a good way, you know? It just applied so smoothly. Very easy application with minimal cleanup required. I wasn't able to see brush strokes underneath the sheer polish, and also has very good neutralizing ability. I think that this is an excellent choice to go with for a neutralizer if you are someone who is, say, perhaps you're either like, if you're newer to nail polish and you often struggle with self-leveling your nail polish, or perhaps you have a disability or disabilities that can make it so that needing to do excessive cleanup is difficult for you, and you need a polish that can get a lot of that right on its own without you needing to follow that up. For use cases like that, highly recommend this. However, it is, I mean, as all the others are, it is more translucent than the Polish for Days. So for me personally, it doesn't give me enough blurring opacity to be my top pick. But I think for times when perhaps there's a polish that here's how I think I've mentioned this before in some of the other videos, but the way that I plan on using the rest of these 11 that are not my top pick is that whenever I am planning a manicure, I will swatch it out on a swatch wheel. And for times when I have a polish that I know is going to need some neutralizing and or a blurring base, I will put down a neutralizer on the swatch wheel first, and then follow it up with the actual manicure on top of that, so that I can have a better visual of how that layering combination will work now that it's going to have a little bit of like something behind it there. So it's great that I have like 10 other products that I can use for that purpose and go through and not have to use my top pick for that. So that I think is where these will be going. But yeah, excellent formula on this one. Congratulations, Zoya. Our next category is which one is best for blurring. And my top pick for this was the Polish for Days Soft Focus Base Coat in Lavender Ice. No surprise there, because this is the one that works in just like a single coat. But as a close, not, well, close-ish runner-up, I also wanted to give a mention to the crack polish neutralizer. This one, if you may recall, was actually the one that got me started on this whole neutralizing journey. And it was through using this a bunch of times, even before I started this series, that I realized that a neutralizing product could in fact be used as a blurring base coat. And that's where I found myself using this product over time before I got all the others that I tested throughout this series. Now, as you may recall, the formula for this, especially on that first coat, can be a little bit streaky. I have found that adding in some thinner does help it somewhat though. And by the time you get to the second coat, it evens out a little bit more. Certainly not to the extent that of having the formula that the Zoya one does, but if you are looking for something to use more for blurring and you're already shopping with crack, especially if it's during like a sale or something, this is a good product to add into your cart to just test out, see if a blurring base is something that you could benefit from. So just to close it out on this, I think this is a really good one to use under especially sheer polish. And the color of this, the purple tint of it is one that it's a very pleasant purple. And I thank this polish for getting me on this journey, and also for being a product that has worked so well that it actually got me in the routine of using my more sheer polishes, which was a feat. So yay. Okay, this next one is a little tricky. So if I did one just now for like which one was best for blurring, it only seems natural that I need to now go into which one was best for pure neutralizing or color correcting. And in this case, there was no single winner, because they were all pretty much across the board very even with that. I think some of the top performers for this though, when I think back, for the most part, the outliers were some of the the ones that aren't actually neutralizers. So like the D&D polish, the Cirque jellies. So the ones that I think did work quite well were, say, the Polish for Days, Zoya, Crack, Cuticula, Gin and Berries, and Probel. So my advice here would be, this is where, I would say if you are trying to get the best neutralizing, and knowing that these are all kind of similar amongst each other, my advice would be to lean more towards a neutralizer that is more opaque, because the way I'm thinking about it, at least, is that if you're putting a product on top of your nail and you want it to be the case that that product is more opaque, it being more opaque is going to do something just based on opacity to cover up your staining, and then whatever little bit still happens to peek through is what will be neutralized. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. That's my theory anyway. So with that being said, I would therefore lean towards the Polish for Days as my best recommended option for that. Because even if you aren't necessarily, if you do want visible nail line though, then you kind of want the opposite. So yeah, it gets complicated. So the Polish for Days would be my choice there, because the opacity in that reduces the amount of yellow staining that's visible that would need to be neutralized. The next category is the best PVB-free option. My winner for this is going to be Gin and Berries, the neutral zone. This one, highly recommend. It's PVB free, and it also has a very smooth self-leveling formula that is almost similar to what I saw in the Zoya one. It's also marketed as being a ridge filling base coat, so that's something I wasn't able to really evaluate because I don't have ridges in my nails and I couldn't really speak to that, but if you do, that's another benefit here. I did have to use this in 2 coats, but I did for pretty much everything except for the polish for days. I'm glad that PVB-free options exist out there for those of you who do have a sensitivity to it, and especially when brands are open about their ingredient list. If you may recall, I think the only brand that I wasn't able to get an ingredients list for was the D&D cream polish that I tested out there. So highly recommend this one. I highly recommend Gin and Berries as a brand in general. It's one of my favorite brands to shop with. So congratulations to the neutral zone. The next category is the best option if you need a neutralizer ASAP. Like you need it within the next couple days. My choice for that would be the Probel Lilac Glow. Lilac? Did I say that right? Lilac. Okay. Y'all, I cannot talk today. I gave a big presentation at work earlier today and it went really well, but I think on days when I do a lot of talking, say at work, and I'm like extra mindful of what I say then, at night, I just can't talk at all. So that's what's happening. Lilac Glow Nail Concealer. This one I believe I got within like 2 days off of Amazon, and I was surprised because it barely looks like purple in the bottle. So I was just like, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance though and see. And I was surprised by how well it performed. Excellent neutralizing capabilities, really good blurring as well. And I'm not familiar with Probel as a brand, but I did want to make sure to include an option out there that you could get if it's the case where, let's say you've got a big event coming up this weekend and you've got a polish you want to wear, but you're like, oh my goodness, I need a neutralizer. Where can I get a neutralizer? Boom. So congratulations to Probel. Our next category is the best, you might already own this option, and that goes to Cirque Colors Wisteria. This is one that is, to be clear, not at all marketed as a neutralizer. This is a regular polish. I compared this in a video with 2 other products from Cirque, Lavender Sky and Smitten. So a combination of like jellies and crellies. And for this to not be an actual like neutralizer product, it performed very, very well. What I liked about it, it has surprisingly strong neutralizing capabilities, very good blurring capabilities. And another great thing about this is that it is one that, because it already is like its own polish, you absolutely like there's the versatility there. Not to say that you couldn't wear any of the others as their own regular polish, but I feel that this one is where, like, if you already have this in your collection and you are trying to consider, do you need a neutralizer or not, should you try it, start with Wisteria. And I like this. It's a really good formula, and one that even beyond neutralizing, I'm glad to have as part of my collection now, because I, just to kind of go back to these others that I had. So Smitten and then Lavender Sky. These are, I mean, they make a really, I can't hold these up, these are hard, this is hard. They make a really cute Skittle. So I'm a seasonal nail polish wearer, and I'm starting to feel fall, so it might not be until next spring that I truly get some more use out of these three. But congratulations to Wisteria. The next category is best option to go with if you are already shopping with that brand. And I wanted to give a shout out to Cuticula for their neutralizer in this category. Keep in mind, this is a product that does contain PVB, but I like this one as a good neutralizing option for, you know, it performs well. It has a fantastic formula. And in my testing, it compared to the, say, like the Jen and Berries one, it did give me better blurring capabilities. So this is one that I have found myself using for times when I am putting on a polish that isn't incredibly sheer, like maybe something that's has a lot of flakes packed into it, where I don't necessarily need as much blurring as I would when I wear the polish for days. But this is, I would say, probably my second pick, just judging by the fill line here. It's about a little bit more than a third of the way down the bottle. So yay for the Cuticula option. And the final category goes for the ones that I most likely will not be repurchasing. The first one being the London Town Lavender Illuminating Nail Concealer. This one, I've got to give it credit. It worked, and it worked very well. In the video where I compared it to two other products, it performed the best as far as blurring in that video. And I was very happily surprised to see that. This is one that I also bought from Amazon. So it was really kind of like down to this or the Pro Bell for the option of which would I recommend if you need to buy something ASAP. However, this was about $20 for only 12 milliliters. Now, if it were the case that, let's say, a neutralizer was the kind of product that was not widely available from so many other brands, like all these indie brands that I've been mentioning throughout this video, and if it were a more specialized product or a more specialty product that I could only get from a few places, then sure, I would consider that. But I've got so many other options that I can go with, and I know some of you commented that this brand London Town does often run sales on their website. So if you're already shopping with them and you've got a sale or a coupon, then it's good. I think it's still good to know that this is a product that works well. For me though, I'm gonna stick to some other options first. And for the other one that I won't be repurchasing is the D&D lacquer in the shade 2470 Gloss Moon. It looks like it says. Yeah, this is one that was unfortunately, like I was hoping that I wanted this to be the equivalent to the Polish for Days Lavender Ice. Like I wanted it to perform just as well as that, but for this to be like an actual cream, you know what I mean? Like, the Polish for Days one is basically performing like a cream. What if I could find a cream that is like actually a cream and see if I could test that? But it didn't perform well for me at all. And also, I didn't like the fact that I couldn't find ingredients for it. I recently did a little bit more digging to see what I could find out, and I can't say definitively or not, but I did at one point come across, I think, a Reddit thread where someone mentioned that they, not for this specific color, but for a different one, this person reached out to the company and they wanted to get some details as to the ingredients, as to whether or not I don't believe it was PVB, but they were I think it was the ingredient HEMA, the ingredient that's often found in gel polish that many people can have other sensitivities to. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that person said that the answer they got was yes, there is that ingredient in this. So I really wanted to like this one. So unfortunately that's gonna be a no for me, dog. So yeah, that is the wrap up of this neutralizing series. Every video I posted and seeing the comments, it would always make me so happy to see just how invested you all became in this journey. And I hope that this video series has helped many of you to get some more insights into which product or products might be the ones that are worth trying for you based on what your needs are. So you might be wondering what comes next as far as me wanting to review something. Well, what had happened was we're going back to glass bead stuff. Yeah, it's been a minute, but I was able to recently purchase one of those new glass bead pro machines, and I have it sitting in a box in my living room, and I haven't even unboxed it yet because I wanted to wrap this series up first and then get a full fresh start into thinking about that and wanting to have my first impressions and figure out what I want that to be, right? But I'm very excited about that. So sometime soon I will be filming a video to review the Glass Bead Pro. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's a relatively newer product on the market by someone who created this. I believe it's 3D printed with a motor in it, and it's something that can help to make it a lot easier to produce the glass bead magnetic effect just by flipping a switch and not needing to manually rotate something. I know that there's been some difficulties in acquiring this because of the limited quantity of product that's been available in each drop. But last I heard, the maker has been working on a more feasible solution to be able to scale in ways soon. So I'm gonna do that. So if you would like to stay in the loop for that and not miss out on it, I invite you to subscribe, become part of our In the Club family here. And y'all should see, I've got so much purple nail polish, so many neutralizers on my desk in front of me now, and so I'm gonna be going through these for quite a while now, but I have truly enjoyed this journey. Thank you all again for all of your insights and comments along the way, and for being here as part of this community and on this channel. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.